I've seen a lot of dramatic actors who are known for drama are sometimes the funniest because they are the most committed. We were just talking about this earlier. I think when a dramatic actor approaches a comedy and tries to be funny, like anyone approaching a comedy trying to be funny, that's not, generally speaking, going to work. But if you approach it, I would approach it the same way. You know, you approach it through character, and anything that's tethered to reality in some way will be infinitely funnier and infinitely more rewarding in a dramatic sense. So I think the same sort of approach applies to both.
Do what's right when nobody's looking, because God is always looking. And that's when you know for sure you're not doing it for man or for applause or even to feel good about yourself.
You got to get the right people on the bus, you got to get them in the right seats, and you got to get the wrong people off the bus. Because mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people. And if you let those two things coexist in your organization, you're never going to have any togetherness. Because there's always going to be somebody looking over their shoulder saying, I have to do something, and that person over there doesn't have to do it, or refuses to do it, or doesn't do it. So that respect and trust that I talked about, it's not going to exist. So you think you're doing yourself a favor? You think you're doing yourself a favor by not making changes and not doing things that you need to do.
When did you start golfing here? This looks like you're very young.
That's me and my dad.
Aww.
And my little Ralph Lauren. You know, I've been golfing my whole life. It's just, it's my backup plan, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
You played at some of the most iconic courses, but you went viral for this shot that you made at Pebble Beach. Watch this and, yeah, listen.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice swing.
What a swing there.
Teammate.
Where's that going, Steve?
It's $1 million hole, you know.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Here's what you must learn to do. Accept the pain, but not the guilt. There's part of our head sometimes that tries to make us feel guilty if we've made a decision that's been painful, not just for us, but maybe even for other people. But it had to be made. So here's the key: to accept the pain, but not the guilt. Because it's not pain that destroys you. It's guilt.